Kate Middleton deliberately copied Meghan's caped dress look. So yesterday at Wimbledon, Kate arrived and everyone noticed that she was wearing olive green. Now we all know that olive green is a colour favoured by Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. As soon as people saw the colour of the dress, everyone said, that's done for Meghan's benefit. This has been done on purpose to annoy Meghan. So obviously the top photo on the left is a photo of when Meghan attended Prince Louis's christening in July 2018, and she wore an olive green dress. Now, no other member of the royal family was into olive green. Kate had never worn it, and this was the first time that Meghan was seen in olive green, and she looked really beautiful, and it was just a normal colour to wear at a christening. I know people have said that Kate instructed her to wear blue at the christening, but we don't know that. We don't know if that's true or not, but olive green, it's suitable enough. And don't come at Meghan, because Kate's a hypocrite. She wore hot baby pink at Archie's christening, so don't come for Meghan on that, please. And obviously the next one across is the darker green dress of Meghan's, and this is when she wore this caped bespoke Amelia Wickstead dress at the 2020 Commonwealth Day event at Westminster Abbey. And as I said, it was a bespoke Amelia Wickstead dress with a cape that came out on the shoulder and went round the back. And then obviously the one at the bottom, this was on the 4th of October last year, 2020, when Meghan attended the Paris Fashion Week, and she made a second appearance, and she was wearing a custom Balenciaga black dress which featured a cape draped over her left shoulder. And just going back to Kate yesterday, we had the copycat wearing a new bespoke version of an Amelia Wickstead dress with a cape top in olive green. And I just thought she was getting at all three of Meghan's outfits, really. Meghan's olive green outfit at Louis's christening, the cape dress at the Commonwealth Day event, and then the cape draped black off the shoulder dress at the Paris Fashion Week. I think all of Meghan's three outfits, Kate was trying to do that all in one with this outfit. And people were quick to mention that olive green was a favoured colour by Meghan, and people also pointed out that how similar Kate's olive green dress was mimicking Meghan's Balenciaga cape dress, and all you'll say is, well, one's black and one's green. I don't care. It's like she's done a spin on all of Meghan's three outfits, and she's just trying to annoy her. Like she's trying to replicate all three outfits but put it into just one dress. And the draping and the caping on Kate's dress is just screaming Meghan. I mean, Kate's a hypocrite, really, because she was questioning Meghan at the beginning, and she was asking her whether she wanted her fashion contacts or not. And Meghan said to her that she got her own fashion contacts and that she didn't need any of Kate's. And as I said, you've got to remember Meghan's olive green dress at Louis's christening, she was wearing that in July 2019 when she was still a working royal. And I just find it weird why can't Kate just have her own style and just stop copying Meghan? I mean, Kate has no taste in fashion, and she has to imitate those who are fashion icons, Meghan and Diana, Grace Kelly, Audrey Hepburn, Eliza Doolittle. And see, when Kate copies Meghan, they say that she's giving a nod to Meghan, or she's paying tribute, or she's channeling. But when Meghan occasionally wears something remotely similar to one of Kate's outfits, everyone jumps on the bandwagon and comes out screaming, oh, she's copying Kate. Oh, it's disgusting. How dare she copy Kate Middleton? But when it's Kate, it's a tribute or a nod. And it's not fair how one party gets scrutinised and the other one gets let off the hook, really. It's not fair. And Meghan's fashion has really rattled Kate, hence the copying. It's upset her, and there's no other reason why Kate would do this. And again, just because you like Meghan, just because you dress like Meghan, Kate, it doesn't mean that you'll become her. Just because you're wearing her outfits and her designs and her looks doesn't mean you're ever going to become that person. Meghan's that person inside, and inside you're heartless and you're cold and you have no emotions or ideas or creativity. And on the outside, you're just wearing stuff from Meghan, really. You're just copying her and taking full credit for it when Meghan's come up with all the fashion looks and ideas. And the draping and the olive green, it's Meghan Markle. And remember, without Meghan, Kate wouldn't be wearing Aquazzura or Roland Mouret. She'd still be wearing LK Bennett that went bankrupt. She'd be wearing Seraphine that went bankrupt. I mean, Kate has to copy Meghan's style because Meghan is a trendsetter, and Kate's outfits are always Duchess of Sussex coded. And again, I just find it weird how Meghan's 2020 Commonwealth Day outfit, cape dress, was a bespoke Amelia Wickstead, and then yesterday Kate's was a bespoke Amelia Wickstead cape draped dress. And I think she's trying to get at Meghan somehow, trying to annoy her, like, oh yes, I'm copying you. And she wants Meghan to notice. And I mean, look, Meghan was first wearing cape dresses and draped dresses 2018 and so on upwards. I mean, look, we got 2018, 2020, 2025, and then we got Copycat this year in 2026. And then that's the trouble. Kate has to copy Meghan. Every time Meghan does something, Kate has to follow and copy her because she's got no ideas of her own. And she isn't her own person, Kate, because she just relies on Meghan's outfit. She's always stalking Meghan's outfits. I mean, look at Natasha Archer. She put her page to public and everyone saw that Natasha had been following what Meghan wore. She was following Daniel Martin, her makeup artist, the woman that dyed Meghan's hair, all Meghan's friends. It was crazy, it was. And it just shows you the obsession that Kate has with Meghan. And again, this is a prime example yesterday of Kate showing her pettiness and jealousy towards Meghan. And I'm not being funny, Kate had the audacity yesterday to wear a Meghan outfit at Wimbledon, and the way she was walking about, and she was acting like, oh yes, I've designed this dress myself. But when really she just stole the idea and the look from Meghan. But she's taking all the credit again, because all I've heard from people is, oh yes, this is a really good look at Kate, so yeah, it really suits her, this is one of her best looks yet. But yes, she's copied Meghan, so shouldn't there be like a copyright saying in brackets, copied the Duchess of Sussex? I mean, I wouldn't call it an inspiration, I don't call it inspired, I call it an attack. I'm going to copy you, I want to copy you, to annoy you and to become you. And she's trying to humiliate Meghan almost, like by wearing her clothes. And she hasn't got one original bone in her body, Kate. Everything she wears has been worn by some other royal or some iconic role model in the world. And remember, Kate is always living, she'll always be living in Meghan's shadow, I'm afraid. Kate doesn't have any shame though when she does this. She's a disgrace, because I tell you, if this was the other way around, the press would be talking about it, the journalists would be talking about it. Why is Meghan constantly copying all of Kate's fashion looks? Because it's Kate, we get radio silence and we get nothing. And Kate will never accept Meghan's influence and power. She doesn't like it that Meghan's a powerful, strong woman who's very independent. She's very creative. She's very hardworking. And Kate just doesn't have anything to thrive for. But when I saw this dress yesterday of Kate's, it just screamed Meghan, the olive green, the cape look, the draping look over the shoulder. And it just screamed all three of Meghan's outfits. It just screamed Meghan. And again, if you don't like Meghan, Kate, why are you copying her yet again? This is the thing. Someone said that if you don't like someone, just don't copy anything remotely similar to them. Yet we have Kate yet again taking a pop shot at Meghan. Why is she doing it? Why can't she just be herself instead of copying Meghan?
Happy Friday, squaddies. Let's begin with this major question. Why did Kate's dress immediately make people think of Meghan? Because she is a mean girl and she always copies Meghan. Let's just call a spade here. It is giving major high school copycat energy. And honestly, it is hilarious to watch. We all know this exact type of person. It's the one who rolls her eyes at everything you do, whispers about you to her friends, but the very second you look away, she is literally running to the store to buy the exact same outfit. Meghan came out years ago rocking that sleek modern Kate silhouette, looking like an absolute superhero. It was effortless, it was high fashion, and it had major aura. And then what happens? Suddenly, Kate steps out trying to pull off the exact same vibe. But you can't just copy the homework and expect to get the same grade. The dress might be similar, but you cannot copy the swagger. You can't replicate that organic, global star power. One of them wore it because it's her natural style. The other one is wearing it because she's desperate to steal the blueprint. That's the funniest part about the whole thing. The royal media will bend over backwards trying to call Kate's look groundbreaking and classic, while completely ignoring the fact that she got the entire mood board from California. It's peak mean girl behavior. Hate on the girl, try to freeze her out, but silently obsess over her wardrobe. The obsession is real, and the receipts are right there in high definition. When people saw that look, a huge number of them immediately remembered Meghan's previous fashion moments. That didn't happen because somebody forced the conversation. It happened because that's where people's minds naturally went. Kate copies Meghan's style, and it's not even a lie. Meghan stepped away from royal duties, but her style is still part of the conversation. That's influence. You don't have to buy every outfit she wears, but when one public appearance from someone else immediately reminds thousands of people of Meghan, that tells you she's left a lasting impression in the fashion world. Style isn't only about expensive clothes. It's about creating looks that people remember. It's about wearing something that sticks in people's minds long after the cameras stop flashing. And Meghan has managed to do that time and time again. That's why every time there's a major royal fashion moment, people seem to ask the same question. What does this remind me of? More often than not, Meghan's name finds its way into the conversation because people remember her style, and in fashion, being remembered is half the battle. So maybe that's the real story here, squaddies. Not whether two dresses share similar features, but why years later, Meghan is still one of the first names people think about whenever a royal fashion debate kicks off.
Now, squaddies, this is where the conversation really starts heating up. Because for a lot of people, this isn't just about one dress, it's about the reaction. And those are two completely different things. Here's the question I want you to think about. If Meghan had stepped out wearing a look that reminded people of something Kate had worn before, what do you honestly think the headlines would have looked like? Be honest, can you imagine it? Meghan copies Kate. Meghan sends another message. Meghan can't stop competing. The articles would be flying faster than free samples at a supermarket. Panel shows would be breaking it down. Royal commentators would be pointing at side-by-side photos like they were solving a crime. And social media, forget about it. The hashtags would have been working overtime. But when the comparison goes the other way, the conversation often sounds very different. Instead of asking whether there's inspiration, you suddenly hear things like, "What a sophisticated look. So elegant. What a fresh direction." Now, before anyone twists my words, I'm not saying people can't wear similar styles. Fashion has always borrowed ideas. Designers inspire each other. Trends come back around. That's completely normal. The interesting part isn't the clothes. It's how the same type of comparison can be framed in very different ways depending on who's wearing them. And that's exactly why so many people online keep bringing up the phrase double standard. You don't have to agree with every comment on social media to understand why people are asking the question, because from their perspective, the reactions don't always seem consistent. You know what this reminds me of? It's like being back in school. One student cracks a joke and the teacher says, "You're so disruptive." 5 minutes later, another student tells the exact same joke. "Oh, he's hilarious." You're sitting there thinking, "Hold on, didn't we just hear the same joke?" That's how some supporters say this feels. Same type of comparison, different scoreboard. And that's why this debate refuses to disappear. At the end of the day, this isn't really about trying to prove who copied whom. Most of us will never know what inspired a particular outfit. The real discussion is much bigger than that. It's about perception. It's about presentation. It's about whether similar situations are sometimes judged through completely different lenses. And that's a fair question for people to ask. So I'll leave you with this, squaddies. If Meghan had worn a look that immediately reminded everyone of Kate, do you think the coverage would have sounded exactly the same, or do you think the headlines would have been a whole lot louder? Drop your thoughts below because I already know this comment section is about to be absolutely wild.
Here's the part I think a lot of people completely miss. This conversation was never really about one dress. It's about influence, and there's a huge difference. Anybody with enough money can buy designer clothes. Anybody can hire a stylist. Anybody can walk into a boutique and swipe a credit card. But you can't buy what Meghan has. Attention, that's the secret ingredient. Think about it. Years after stepping away from royal duties, Meghan can wear an outfit once, just once, and somehow the internet is still talking about it months or even years later. How many public figures can honestly do that? Not many. One photo drops, boom, fashion blogs are writing articles, Instagram pages are posting side-by-side comparisons, TikTok creators are making breakdown videos, YouTube commentators are jumping in. Even people who swear they don't care about Meghan somehow know exactly what she was wearing. Now that's the part that always cracks me up. You'll hear someone say, I don't pay attention to Meghan. Then 5 minutes later, they'll tell you the designer, the color, the shoes, and probably what side she parted her hair on. Come on now, who are we fooling? That's influence. Real influence isn't forcing people to look, it's having people look without realizing they're looking. That's a whole different level. And here's another thing. People sometimes think fashion influence is all about wearing the most expensive label. Nope, that's the easy part. The hard part is making people remember the outfit, making people want to recreate it, making people discuss it, making people compare it years later. That's something money alone can't buy. It's about presence. It's about confidence. It's about wearing the clothes instead of letting the clothes wear you. That's why Meghan keeps finding herself at the center of these fashion conversations. And in today's world, attention is one of the most valuable currencies there is. You know what they say, nobody argues over something they've already forgotten. So the fact that Meghan's fashion choices continue to spark debates years later tells you she has left a lasting impression on a lot of people. Supporters see that as proof that her influence goes far beyond the dress itself. Because in the end, the designer matters, the tailoring matters, the styling matters. When a single outfit can still dominate headlines, trend across social media, and keep the fashion world debating long after it's been worn, that's more than just getting dressed. That's leaving a mark.
Let's talk about the hilarious magic trick the palace tried to pull off with Kate's sudden style makeover. For years, she was giving us full Stepford wife, stiff coat dresses, safe colours, and nude stockings that looked like they were chosen by a committee from 1952. Then Meghan rolls up. She's rocking sharp pantsuits, tailored blazers, and clean modern trousers like an actual global boss. And what did the British media do? They lost their minds. They dragged Meghan, calling her pantsuits disrespectful and screaming about royal protocol like she'd committed a crime. But wait, here's the comedy. Meghan packs her bags and heads back to California. And suddenly, Kate's entire closet gets a complete identity swap. Out go the fussy little dresses, and suddenly she's stepping out in monochrome pantsuits and tailored blazers. She literally raided Meghan's style board. And the press? Oh, they suddenly decided pantsuits are the greatest invention since sliced bread. When Meghan wore them, she was defiant. When Kate copies the exact same homework, she's modernizing the monarchy. You actually cannot make this stuff up. It's the ultimate double standard, and it shows they are totally running out of their own ideas. And that's why I think this debate keeps coming back. It's not because people are obsessed with fabric or hemlines, it's because certain public figures leave a lasting impression, and years later people still use them as the reference point. You can admire one style or prefer another, that's personal taste. But influence isn't something you announce, it's something other people recognize. When millions of people make the comparison on their own, that's the conversation worth paying attention to. For me, that's the biggest takeaway from all of this. Meghan has built a fashion identity that people instantly recognize. It's become part of the conversation every time a major royal style moment happens. And here's my opinion, squaddies. You can recreate a silhouette, you can wear a similar color, you can even choose a similar designer. But confidence can't be copied. Presence can't be borrowed. Originality doesn't come in a garment bag. So I'll leave you with this. Kate can wear similar styles if she wants, but in my view, she'll never be Meghan. Meghan is Meghan. Period. Thank you all for watching. I've been your host, Miles. If you enjoyed today's podcast, smash that like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your fellow squaddies, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them all. And if you'd like to support the channel and keep the royalty flowing, grab us a super thanks. Every bit means the world. Until next time, stay blessed, keep smiling, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, squaddies.